the internet woke up to a tremor. It was a question, typed into millions of search bars across the globe. A question both simple and profound. Is Trump dead? The query rippled through the digital world with astonishing speed. It started as a whisper, a strange anomaly in the data streams that monitor our collective consciousness. Then, it became a roar. The search terms, Donald Trump death, Trump dead, exploded, seemingly out of nowhere. Online communities were thrown into a state of bewilderment and chaos. Was this a hoax, a coordinated attack? Or was there a kernel of truth buried beneath the speculation? The uncertainty was palpable, a digital fog that descended upon us all. This wasn't just a minor blip on the radar, it was a full-blown digital event. News feeds were instantly saturated with the rumor. The immediate reaction was one of shock, followed quickly by a frantic search for confirmation. The question was everywhere, echoing in the virtual chambers of our connected lives. To understand the sheer scale of this phenomenon, we must turn to the data. Google Trends, a powerful tool that analyzes the popularity of search queries, provides a clear and startling picture of what happened. Looking at the timeline, we see a flat line. Then suddenly, a dramatic and near-vertical spike. The graph shoots upward, forming a towering peak. This spike corresponds precisely to the moment the rumor began to circulate online. It is the digital fingerprint of a viral explosion. The data reveals more than just volume, it shows us velocity. The interest in Donald Trump death did not grow gradually, it erupted, from statistical zero to one of the most searched topics in minutes. This shows the mechanics of modern information flow. The rumor wasn't spreading linearly from person to person, it was amplified exponentially by algorithms that promote trending topics. The systems we rely on were acting as a supercharger for fiction. Geographic data adds another layer. We can see where the rumor hit hardest and fastest: North America, Europe, Asia, and beyond. Ultimately, Google Trends is the black box flight recorder of this digital crash. So, why did this specific rumor gain so much traction so quickly? It was the result of a perfect storm of contributing factors, all centered around one of the most visible and controversial figures of our time. First and foremost is Donald Trump's unique status. He is not a distant historical figure, he is active, vocal, and highly polarizing. His every move is scrutinized, his every statement analyzed. For such a prominent individual, the absence of an immediate official statement from a credible source only added fuel to the fire. A vacuum of information is quickly filled with speculation, conjecture, and all too often, outright misinformation. Another significant factor is the long history of public speculation about his health. That narrative made the rumor feel for some more plausible. We cannot ignore the political climate. Extreme polarization amplified the spread. For supporters, alarm. For detractors, shock or even morbid curiosity. Emotions acted as an accelerant. Finally, our fascination with the mortality of the powerful made this rumor inherently compelling. The death of a figure like Donald Trump would be a world-altering event with massive political ramifications. This combination, public profile, past health debates, polarization, and curiosity, created the ideal conditions for this falsehood to flourish. It preyed on anxieties and manipulated the algorithms that govern our digital lives. We were all caught in its wake. If the contributing factors created the perfect storm, social media was the wind that carried it across the globe. Platforms like Twitter, now known as X, were ground zero for the rumor's initial spread. It began with anonymous accounts posting cryptic messages, often without sources. These were quickly picked up and amplified. Hashtags like #TrumpDead began to trend, driven not by verified news but by the sheer volume of user engagement. Memes, doctored images, and fake headlines began to circulate. On X, where speed trumps accuracy, the lie had a significant head start over the truth. TikTok translated the rumor into short, dramatic videos, some simply screen recordings of spiking Google Trends data, creating a feedback loop. On Reddit, the rumor spread through subreddits with different political leanings, some gleeful, some skeptical. Moderators and discerning users fought misinformation in real time. Light a match on one platform, and the interconnected web did the rest. The rumor jumped from platform to platform, mutating and adapting, harder to contain with each leap. Each platform has a unique architecture that can be exploited. X rewards speed, TikTok rewards emotional engagement, Reddit rewards depth. The creators of the lie didn't need to conquer every platform, the web did the rest. Next, the facts. Amidst the digital chaos and rampant speculation, it is essential to pause and anchor ourselves to the facts. Let's be unequivocally clear. As of today, August 30th, 2025, there is absolutely no credible, verifiable evidence to support the rumor that Donald Trump has passed away. The entire narrative was a fabrication. Major news organizations have issued no such reports. On the contrary, they have been working to debunk the falsehood. Associated Press, Reuters, CNN, and others, silent because there is nothing to report. There have been no statements from the Trump family, his campaign, or official representatives to suggest any health crisis. Activity from his camp has continued as normal, which is the most powerful refutation of all. An event of such magnitude would not be broken by an anonymous TikTok account or a random tweet. It would be confirmed through official channels and reported simultaneously by every major news organization. There would be detailed reports, official statements, and on-the-ground confirmation from trusted journalists. The fact that none of this occurred is the most definitive proof that the entire event was a hoax. Donald Trump is alive. The story of his death was a lie, a powerful and fast-moving one, but a lie nonetheless. It preyed on our anxieties, exploited our political divisions, and manipulated the algorithms that govern our digital lives. Acknowledging this fact is the first and most crucial step in moving past the confusion of the moment. Understanding that the rumor was false is one thing. Understanding why it spread with the speed and intensity of a wildfire is another. The mechanics of modern misinformation blend human psychology with technological architecture. Stories that evoke strong emotions, fear, anger, shock, joy, are far more likely to be shared than neutral content. That engagement signals importance to algorithms, which then push the content wider, creating a vicious cycle. Confirmation bias, the tendency to accept information that fits our beliefs, supercharges the spread in a polarized environment. The decline of trust in traditional media means people often turn to alternative channels, creating a void for bad actors to fill. The antidote isn't complex tech or censorship, it's something more basic. It is critical thinking. Practice lateral reading. Open a new tab, look for other sources. Are mainstream outlets reporting this? If not, that silence is a strong signal. Spend 30 seconds to check other sources. It saves you from embarrassment and stops you from being an unwitting accomplice. If a headline makes you feel intense anger, shock, or fear, treat that as a warning sign. Verify before sharing. Strengthen collective immunity to misinformation. Vote for facts, not fear. This is the core of modern media literacy. Practice it, teach it, and demand it from platforms and newsrooms. We will continue to monitor these trends and break down the viral stories that shape our world. If you found this breakdown useful, subscribe for more explainers and hit the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive.